Wake up with the sunrise, laptop on the sand. Dreaming of a school drive, build it hand in hand. Summer vans with the blueprint, wisdom in the flow. Keep it simple, keep it steady, let the people grow. We build a vibe, we build a tribe.
What's up, everybody?
Keeping us alive from 0 to 10K. Let the revenue rise. Alex Hormozy said the value never lies. We build a vibe, we build a tribe.
All right. Are you giving away too much content in your free community? If you're giving away too much free content in your community, not only is that a complete waste of time, but it's also killing your sales. And I get it. I totally get it. You want to give away more content because you think it's going to add more value to your community. But the truth is the exact opposite is true. So those 5-10 hours of courses that you're dumping into your free community, they're not only not creating value, they're killing your conversions. And so when you give away too much free content, your members stay stuck in learning mode instead of buying mode. So thinking they can figure out everything on their own, and that keeps them from upgrading to your paid stuff. They never feel like they need to upgrade. So what is the solution to this? Well, today we're going to be talking about a completely different approach. Instead of overwhelming people with a ton of free content and course lessons, we're going to show you one piece of strategic content that not only helps you convert your members into paid customers, it's also going to help you to launch and grow your communities as well. And here's what's really exciting. We're also going to show you some AI tools that will help you to create this single piece of content a whole lot faster and easier. So if you've been stuck trying to figure out what to put in your free community, then watch the rest of this training with us and we got you covered. So what's up, Jeff? How's it going, man?
Man, doing good, brother. Doing really good. I'm excited about this one. This will be really good. I think this is where a lot of people get stuck. I've known some people have taken months. I mean, literally, I know one person spent over a year building this perfect, what they thought would be a free course. And then people didn't even want it. So I love this approach. I'm excited to share with people. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excitement of people seeing that this can be done this way. And hopefully they'll incorporate it and make it happen. So
yeah, and we'll talk about why I believe it's a waste of time to put all that content in there in a little bit. But first of all, let's kind of go through the latest Go High Level community and school community updates. We'll start with school communities. I'll let you kind of handle this one. I did not watch yesterday's school news. So what was the update yesterday?
I mean, the biggest thing about school news was the school webinars. So it's basically kind of officially out. It does need to be a part of the pro plan. So if you want to have the webinar feature, it'll be $99.
Okay.
He made a good contrast, though, because he was basically showing that if you did Zoom and you did like the webinar platform on Zoom, it's literally hundreds of dollars because they can actually allow you to have up to 10,000 people on a webinar. So, I mean, that's significant. I mean, that's a lot of people. I mean, most of us don't even need to have that level, but just the fact they've incorporated it into webinars, which just means the experience will be much better. I know when we've run live on school, part of it is keeping people muted and the distraction, and there's so many people in view. So they just really cleaned up that whole really presentation side of it. So for those of you that are on the pro plan, you now have a webinar access. Those of you on the hobby plan, you'll still have the live. You just won't actually have the actual webinar feature.
Anything else that they announced? I didn't watch it.
They didn't even bring up anything new on the tiers. I know we're all kind of patiently waiting for that, so I'm expecting that sometime in the next 2 weeks. They didn't even mention the tiers. They just had some experiences they were kind of showing and some different things happening. There wasn't anything. That was kind of the biggest news of the event. But ultimately, I would say that it's worth a watch. But I think that the people come here, they'll get it and save themselves time because we're kind of really highlighting what's most important. So.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, as far as high level communities, this past Friday, they had, the whole week, last week, they were doing their big Level Up Summit in Dallas. And so Friday was their Level Up Day where they just basically tell you everything that's coming out on the platform, which is kind of crazy because he's just speeding through all these announcements because there's so many. I was a little bit surprised by how little coverage communities actually got. I mean, I think all in all, everything that he mentioned about communities took 30 seconds to get through. which kind of makes me think that I'm kind of right that this is on the back burner. It's not a huge priority for them. I think they probably see that places like School and other platforms are they're just got all the traction, especially with like Hormozy. And so, yeah, I think they're more all about the AI stuff, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, for them, that's probably a better move than worrying about communities. But they did release a few cool things. Now they have the ability to go live. It looks very similar to School. You've got the little button up there where you can actually go live. They also have live interactive classes that can be saved as courses. So you do like a presentation in front of the community and you can save that and add it to your courses. I think Schools, I'm not sure if that's available in School to add it to courses automatically, but I'm sure that will be rolling out pretty soon. Also, they just rolled out affiliate programs. I haven't dug into what that looks like exactly, but now it just like School, you can have an affiliate program for your community, which is pretty cool. I did like that. So those are the big announcements. Anything to add on either one of those things, Jeff?
No, not really. I mean, again, I think you have said, there's no doubt High Level is committed to have communities and they are improving the platform. I just think that it's such a robust software and we use it every day. Again, we're big fans. So it's no dog in High Level here. It's just, they have so many other amazing things they do. And it just seems like they, have basically just a split direction. They just can't put all their effort just in the communities. That's the beauty of School, is like School is only about communities. Everything is about making it better. So, again, for some people, I think High Level communities is perfect for maybe their audience and where they're at. Again, we always lean a bit more towards School. And if I was starting from scratch, as long as my, I had the right, I guess, niche and so forth, I would lean towards School still. But we'll see kind of what happens with High Level over the next, I guess, few months. But I was a little bit surprised too. They didn't really have a whole lot of change. So interesting.
Yeah, I figured that was where we're going to get a lot of cool announcements and things. Yeah. But anyway, but it's a great combo, the tools together. I do think that you need something like High Level. I think if you're trying to grow your community without like a CRM that has the ability to send emails and text messages, you're kind of tying your hands behind your back a little bit. It doesn't have to be High Level, but something like that kind of tool that allows you to do email and text message marketing and book calls and stuff. So let's talk a little bit about what happened in Elite, our paid community this week in our boot camp. So last week in our boot camp, our members were focused on creating their irresistible offers. It was crazy. Like, I think 100% of the people that are signed up or have been coming to this cohort of boot camp got their offers done, which is awesome. We're also running a contest so people get points by taking the action steps that we are basically doing the steps of our process. And it was just awesome. Some really strong offers came out of that. I was really excited just to see people just gaining clarity around, what they're offering to their communities and to their clients. So that was pretty cool. This week, they're actually working on the piece of content that we're going to be talking about today. So very meta. Their homework actually is to actually build out this piece of content. We'll show you some of the tools they're using to do that. So basically we're going to be talking about the piece of content that they're going to be creating this week. Somebody said Go High Level Group is called Collab. Yeah, I mean the platform that's like School, the Discovery is Collab. Next week, our members will be setting up their client acquisition system. So this week, the past few weeks, they built their product roadmap. They turned that into an irresistible offer. Now they're creating the piece of content we're going to be talking about today that's going to help them launch their communities and help them convert those members into paying customers. And then next week, they're going to be setting up their client acquisition system, which is the community funnel. And so that's going to be the system, the automated system that helps them to generate leads, nurture those leads. And then with these new offers that they have and the piece of content that we're going to be creating today, convert those people, those new members into paying customers. So we'll be setting up their communities, connecting that to their CRMs, and building out that entire client acquisition system next week. So pretty exciting stuff, Jeff. Anything pop up into your mind about what happened in this week's boot camp and Elite?
Well, I guess you said it, but I will emphasize to everybody, like, people are implementing, they're getting it done, they're making it happen. Like, people have right now some amazing offers that got total clarity this week. So again, being involved with a group of people, having some accountability, showing up, doing the work, it's just progressing people so much. So again, I just tell everybody, like, when we do these things, like right now, if you don't have an offer, then I would immediately get your offer going. If you need some help, obviously reach out to us. We'll figure it out with you to get you in. But like what's happening in the boot camp is absolute massive progress each and every week. And when I saw some of those offers people were making, I'm like, wow, that is phenomenal, like what they're putting out there. And there's no doubt it's going to create a lot of sales and opportunity for them. So it's just exciting to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into today's subject. So a lot of people struggle, Jeff, we've seen this, with what kind of courses to put in their free community classroom, right? They want to give a ton of value away and give all these awesome free courses to add more value. But I mean, their hearts are in the right place, right? They want to give a lot of value. They want to help their members get results, but it's actually killing the ability for them to make money. So why is that, Jeff? Well, first of all, there's a stat out there that says that something like 10% of the people that actually purchase online courses ever actually finish those courses. So you can imagine that percentage drops drastically when we're talking about free courses. So creating all of these long 5-10 hour courses is actually a waste of time and energy, because nobody's going to consume all that content, right? It's just going to sit there. But it does give the illusion that they've got all this value sitting in the free community. And so you're giving these people a ton of content that they feel like they need to consume in the free before they think about upgrading. And so you're not creating demand for your paid stuff, because there's so much stuff in the free community that they feel like they can figure out the secrets by themselves. You can't make somebody hungry while there's already food on the plate, Jeff. So talk about that a little bit. What do you think about, people stuffing their communities with all this free content?
Well, I mean, I think the challenge is that and I think we all deal with this at some point, this kind of idea, maybe some imposter syndrome, right? So we have this kind of fear that, like, maybe people are going to see us as an expert. So what we might wind up doing is kind of overcompensating by putting so much stuff inside of a free community, like, oh, look at me, see, I really am an expert, and look at all the things I can help you with. And it actually, like, does the opposite, because what it ultimately does, it creates overwhelm for people, thinking like, oh my gosh, there's so much in here for me to do. And then the hardest part is that, again, you said it very clearly, is it just keeps people from moving from that free stage into a paid stage. So ultimately, we've just seen so many people, like, they unintentionally create like basically friction to sales. And here's a great example. We had an amazing client and a great individual, but they had like an 8-week like process they took people through, which means that they were giving away 8 weeks of this challenge, which meant that no one's going to upgrade between day one until they finish the challenge. So they were literally telling their community, don't buy anything for at least 2 months, go through my challenge. So that's just a good example of where we just kind of tweaked it a little bit, changed it a little, and all of a sudden it's like, the light bulb comes on, like, you're right. Like, I'm forcing people to wait 2 months, 8 weeks before they would even consider buying. So people are doing that unintentionally right now. And so what we're saying is, hey, use this new approach, and it's going to have a much different, I guess, result on the bottom line.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Like 8 weeks. Yeah. I mean, that's literally giving them permission to just sit there for 8 weeks and not move, not upgrade. So now the better way, the way that we believe that your free community should be classroom should be structured is one piece of content. So instead of adding hours and hours of content into your free course classroom, and you've heard, you've heard Sam Ovens and the rest of the school team talk about this a lot. Like, you don't want to put too much content into your free community classroom. You want to give them a course that they can consume and finish. So that means probably less than an hour of content, right? And I know that sounds scary, but that is how you're going to create demand for the next thing, because that's going to make them leave them wanting more. Okay. So you can do this by creating a webinar. And so this webinar, masterclass, whatever you want to call it, is structured in a way that shows people exactly what they need to do and the steps involved to get the transformation that they're after. So people just want results. They don't necessarily want more information. In fact, if you could hand them a pill, they could take that pill and it would give them the same result, then they would take the pill, right? And so basically what we have people do, and we did this with our boot camp members in the first week of our boot camp, because it's one of the most important pieces, is build out their product roadmap. You hear me talk about this all the time. This piece of content is very important because it gives you a clear step-by-step process that you take people through to get the transformation that they're after. And when you have this piece of content, we'll show you in a little bit, we can create other pieces of content from that, like the webinar. So we'll show you that in just a second. So the structure of this webinar is basically it walks your members through the steps that they need to take to get the transformation that they're after. It explains to them why these steps are important. And then it also shows them the biggest challenges and mistakes that they're probably making along that way. So they'll be like, oh, dang, I am making those mistakes. And then we show the things in our programs that helps them to avoid those mistakes and overcome those challenges a lot faster and easier. And so when we show those things in our program to help their members get those results faster, easier, and with less effort, it builds demand for the program. Okay, so you're showing them the steps, that what they need to do. You're showing them the challenges and the issues and the mistakes that they're probably making. So that's going to be like, ah, that's me. And then they're showing them the tools and the resources in your program that will help them to avoid those mistakes and overcome those challenges. And if you follow what we do in our free community, in fact, I will drop a link to one of our webinars below. This is exactly what we do in our webinars, even on these podcasts sometimes. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about that strategy? Anything you'd add to that, Jeff?
I mean, I would simply just say, it works. And I at the end of the day, what people are really paying for, if you kind of really think about, when people have that gap they're trying to, overcome, they're paying for a result. And what they really want is they want a faster result, an easier result, or a cheaper result. So you just have to make sure that what we're going to teach you right now, helps them realize that your program does one of those things. It's either, cheaper, it's easier, or it's faster. And that's going to get them, again, wanting more. And that's what that's really all about. So keep it simple, nice, easy course. And I can't wait for you to show this, because it's some cool stuff that you've created to help people out.
Awesome. So let's talk about why this works. So this one piece of content accomplishes multiple goals for your community also. So let me explain that. So people, again, are less interested, in my opinion, you've heard us talk about this before. I don't think people are out there looking for communities to join. They're looking for trainings or tools that are going to help them to accomplish a result faster, right? And so if those tools and training and resources are inside your community, those are the things that I would promote that I think would be a better hook to get people to join your community. We've never promoted just our community per se. I've always promoted free trainings or some kind of lead magnet inside of the community that people can access by joining our community. So that, to me, is the best way to get more people to join your community faster. So this webinar course that we're talking about gives you a piece of content that you can use on social media, you can use with ads to first launch your community. So that's why we're doing this in week 3, because we're creating this piece of content that we can use to promote on social media, to our email list, and and through ads to launch the community for the first time and get our first members. Okay. And so once we've launched the community with the webinar, we do the webinar live, we can record that webinar, and now that becomes a free course, a free lead magnet that we can use to consistently grow our communities on YouTube. By promoting them on YouTube videos, we can promote them in the course in ads. We can promote this to our social media following. And that is one of the biggest assets that we've used to grow our community to now over 7,000 members is by promoting our free course that's inside of our free community. And so I run ads to this, promoting it. Some of you are probably in our free community because you've seen an ad for this. We promote it on YouTube and our YouTube videos, and we also promote it on social media. And not only does this help you to grow your community consistently by promoting this, it also, the way it's structured and the length of it is perfect for helping you convert your free members into paying customers. So anything to add there, Jeff?
No, I mean, you hit it perfect. So I keep on going, brother.
Okay, cool. So, so if you believe that this is the right thing to create, how do we create this webinar course faster and easier? Okay. Well, again, like I always do, kind of showing you the steps that you need to take to grow and build your community. Now I'm going to show you some cool tools that we've created inside of our paid program that are going to help you to do this faster and easier. Okay. I'm doing this right now to you, just so you know, full transparency. All right. So the first step of our process is we get people, let me share my screen here, Jeff. All right, so we've talked about this over and over and over again. I hope you understand that this is such a key part of our process. So the first thing that we get people to do is to build out this product roadmap. This is the step-by-step process that we take people through to help them to build a 10K plus community. Now, not a guarantee of results, but this is the process that I used to build my own community to over 18,000 per month in revenue. So this is literally the step-by-step process. Okay. Now, once I have this document, I can use to create all kinds of things. I'm going to use it right now to actually write a webinar script. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hit Control A, Control C, copy the whole thing. And then we have created a tool that will write the webinar for you. So I'm going to click on this button right here. It's going to ask me a question, and I'm just going to say, this should answer all your questions. Can you please write a high converting webinar script for me? And I've programmed this tool to create the webinar script using the structure that we teach in our program. And so it's built to actually convert people. So you can see it actually gives you the slide text. So this is going to be the text that actually goes on the slide. And then you can also see we also have the speaker notes. So that goes into the speaker section. So it'll give you the script. Okay. Now this is not going to be perfect, but it is structured in using the frameworks that we know are proven to convert people into customers. Okay. So this builds the whole entire presentation for you. And then what we do is we get you to copy this script. And then there's another tool that we found called GenSpark AI, where we can basically paste in this script and it will build out the presentation for you. So these are the slides that I created from the script that I just showed you. And so that is a way to get at least the first draft of this webinar created very quickly and easily so that you can use it to launch your community. You know, what we did this week in the boot camp, let me go back to what we did in the boot camp this week is we made the people that attended the boot camp to schedule a live webinar 2 to 3 weeks out, so that they had to do it. Now they're working on their webinars. One person just posted their webinar today, and then we just did this yesterday. So now they have a full webinar ready to go, ready to launch their community with. And so we put scheduled a time on the calendar, and now we're holding them to it. We're holding them accountable to doing this live. Once they'll use our promotional process to get people to join the community and watch that training, they'll record it, and now they'll have an asset that they can use in ads on YouTube, on social media, to consistently grow their community. And our course is how we've grown our community to over 7,000 members, like promoting that course. So this is the process that you can stop thinking about, oh, I got to build this huge entire course. This is the course that will do everything for you, help you launch it, help you convert your members into customers, and help you to grow it down the road. So anything to add, Jeff?
I would just say that, just so that you guys all understand this, because I will always admit that I use tech every day. I use AI every day. I'm a learning in process, okay? Whereas I would consider Ron's a true expert. But I just want you guys to understand, for those non-techie kind of people like me that just love coaching and helping, okay? That tool he just showed you literally built this in a couple minutes. Now, granted, you have to go in and refine it, but even if that's the case, I wish I could, if I could ask either Dan Henry or Jason Fladline or Russell Brunson, like, how long do you take to build out a webinar or masterclass, right? I'm guessing they're going to probably say at least a week, 2 weeks. Maybe now that they're really good, maybe they can do it faster. But I mean, we're talking about a lot of time. You did this in less than 10 minutes, and it's all because, again, the roadmap. So I just want everybody to understand, like, this is what is unbelievable in this day and age, that these types of tools are available for you so that you can prioritize what's important to you, which is helping and coaching and mentoring people, in your community, and let, like, the experts like Ron, who give us these tools, like, do the heavy lifting on this part so we can go do what we love to do, which is coaching, teaching, mentoring, and that kind of thing. So I just want everybody to understand, it was like, it's less than 10 minutes, man. This is crazy to me, what AI can do and what you built. This is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. And I didn't tell you I was going to do this, Jeff, but I'm going to make an offer today.
Whenever you do this, it's like, I didn't tell you to do this, but, and then all of a sudden it's like, you give away the farm.
I'm going to make an offer today because we just added this offer to our elite community when people are not elite community, but our free community when people join in the first 14 days. So I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to keep it open for the rest of the week. I mean, if you've been in free for less than 14 days, this applies to you. But for everybody else, I'm going to keep it open. Actually, I'll give you, to the end of the week. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. I'll give you till Monday to get this. I'm just going to go through this real quick. I'm not going to over pitch it, but okay. So introducing Community Builders Elite. This is our paid community where basically we're trying to give you everything you need to build a 10K plus community. I believe that we've done that. I believe once you go through this program, you've got everything that you need to build that kind of community. It's not a guarantee of results. I never guarantee results because there's a lot of things that people have to do to get that result, and it's not up to us. All right. So the first thing that you get when you come into Community Builders Elite is a 30-day sprint. Now, I know that when you're first getting started with your business, it's really easy to get distracted and get shiny ball syndrome and all this other stuff. With this sprint, the goal is I'm going to give you small daily action steps that you can take every single day to get momentum into your business, to build a habit of actually taking action in your business. And by the end of this 30 days, you will have launched your community. You'll have built your webinar. You'll have set up your community funnel. You'll have done all the things you need to do to get your community launched and get your first 100 members. And all you need to do is watch a short 5-minute video and then take action. Every single day takes you less than 10 minutes a day. And by the end of it, you'll have your community launched. Okay. Now the launch module. So let me show you the classroom also. So that's the 30-day challenge. It goes along with the launch process. And so after the 30-day challenge, you'll have finished the launch stage. Okay. Now, what you want to do after that, and I don't want people to jump around because this is built in a specific order and people get confused when they jump around. After you've launched, now it's time to grow your community. Okay. So the grow module here is, let me go back to the grow module here is all about traffic. So you have to drive traffic to your community if you want to grow it and make money. Okay. So we're going to give you all of our traffic strategies for YouTube. We're going to give you our traffic strategies for Facebook ads, Facebook organic, and then we have some LinkedIn stuff in there too. Also, every single month, we bring in a traffic expert that teaches something that I don't necessarily teach, right? I'll show you something I'm going to give you special today if you end up joining today. So that's the grow module. It's all about traffic. That's after you've done the 30-day challenge. Now, once you've grown your community, you can move on to the next module. Once you have like 100 members, you can probably move on to the next module to learn how to do what we call one-to-many conversion events. So this is how you're going to scale the revenue of your community. So the first part of our program is all about getting people in the community and getting people on a phone call where you're selling one-to-one. This is about scaling your revenue by selling one to many. And so we give you 3 different types of campaigns. One that's called a promo cycle, webinars, which we're talking about today, and then also workshops and challenges. And those are going to be the things that you can do where you do a presentation or you create some content that sells one to many. You're able to sell one to many people, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that. All right, so that's how you're going to start. You're going to launch, grow, and then monetize your community, and then engage and retain. So you'll get the strategies and tactics that you need to get your members and get to engage, reduce churn in your paid communities, and then retain your members for the long haul. So you'll learn how to deliver VIP experiences and how to plan and create content that keeps your members motivated and engaged so they never want to leave. So that's the engage and retain module. So for support, we have 2 weekly calls. We have a weekly laser coaching call. This is where I do a short training at the beginning, and then I go around the room and I answer every single person's question on the call, and we try to do that as quickly as possible. I have a coaching document where I put the resources that I talk about as I go through everybody's question so that everybody on that call can benefit from the questions that are asked. Those things are awesome. I mean, they're really good calls. Also, we have a weekly tech support call. So I'm going to show you a piece of software or a couple of pieces of software you're going to get as part of the program if you join. And so every single week on Mondays, we have a tech support call where you can come in, you can get help on either one of those pieces of software. We can build things together. We can set up automations. We can do whatever you want in that hour on that tech call. Also, there's 24/7 support in the tools that we're talking about. And we also do those monthly workshops where we bring in experts, or I do a special training, and you get access to those as part of the membership. And then we just have an awesome community. Everybody's on there, especially with this boot camp. Everybody's helping each other. They're cheering each other on and holding each other accountable. It's amazing to see. You're going to love the community once you come in there. But that is not all. Not only do I want to give you all of the training, the coaching, and the support, I also want to give you the systems and the tools that's going to help accelerate the steps that you're taking and implementing in the process. Okay, so let me show you what you get. So when you join Elite, you're going to get your own Go High Level account underneath our white label called Groot Fuel. If you go and you join High Level and get a High Level account, you're going to pay the same price that you're going to get with this community, although this community gives you all the stuff that we're talking about today in addition to that. Plus, not only are you getting Go High Level, if you're not familiar with Go High Level, it's a very robust CRM marketing automation tool. You can build funnels in it. You can send text, emails. It's got a calendar booking system. These are all things that you're going to need really to run a community business. School does not offer these features yet. So you really do need something outside of school to be able to do email marketing, to be able to text people, to be able to book calls. And so this system is going to give you all of that. So you also not only get the High Level account, you're going to get our done for you community snapshot. So a snapshot is basically a clone of our entire account. This is the exact email sequences, call booking system, everything that we're doing to book hundreds of calls every single month and grow our communities to over 18,000 MRR. Also, we've got all of the AI tools that we talked about. So we've got tools that create your content to help you launch your community. We've got tools that help you create your webinar. We've got tools that help you to create an irresistible offer. We've got tools to help you to do these conversion events. We've got tools that'll help you to grow your community with traffic. All those tools are built into this system that I'm showing you today, and you get access to all of these, and we show you how to use every single one of them. All right, so that is basically what you get when you join Community Builders Elite. You get the blueprint print and the training, you get the support and the coaching, and you get the tools and the systems. But since I love action takers, they're my favorite people in the world. And because I know for a fact that the people that jump right in, they take action as fast as possible instead of overthinking and overanalyzing every damn decision, are typically the ones that get the best result. That's just fact. Okay. So the people that don't overanalyze and they take action are the ones that get the results, because you have to. So to make this an absolute no-brainer for the action takers out there, the people that are ready to grow their communities, and to make it just easy for you to say yes, I packaged up an exclusive bonus bundle that you can unlock when you join Community Builders Elite, I mean, if you just joined free and you've been in it less than 14 days, you have to the 14-day window to get these bonuses. If you've been in Community Builders Elite for a while and you joined before Monday, I'll also give you these bonuses. I'm not following up with you. There's no follow-up coming from this. You just got to join if you want it. If you want these bonuses, then that's how you're going to get it. So let's talk about these bonuses. And I'm just trying to make this as easy as possible for you to say yes. So I know that growing a community and getting members is the biggest struggle that community owners face, period. Driving traffic is going to be the hardest thing that you're going to face. So I put together a very special bonus that typically none of our members get, this entire bonus. And so let me show you what's in it. I call it our community growth bundle. Okay. So bonus number 1 is our school community ads workshop with Evelyn Weiss. Evelyn is one of the best in the world at running ads for membership and communities. She's generated over $7 million for her own communities. She also runs the school ads herself. So she manages the school ads for school. And so she in this workshop, she gave away her entire community ads strategy, along with plug and play templates for ad copy and also Canva templates for the creative. And she just literally gave us everything. So it was awesome. Also, if you're trying to grow with your community with Instagram, we have 2 other bonuses that you can get. We have the Instagram workshops with Matt Shiver. During this workshop, Matt shared his exact Instagram ad system that he used to build his own school community to over 5,000 members and helped him generate over $200,000 in monthly revenue, $200,000 per month. And so you'll get that so that you can use Facebook ads and Instagram ads to grow your community. Plus, the third bonus, is how you can grow your audience and community with Instagram Reels. So this is organic. The other one was with ads. And so this is a system by Benjamin Ewert. This is Evelyn's video editor. He shared it with me. Super cool guy. And this process is how Ben went from 0 to 2,000 IG followers. He grew his email list from 0 to 1,000 people on his list. And he grew his school community to 400 new members in just 3 weeks. And that's totally organically using this process that he teaches in this course. And so this is going to show you how to leverage Instagram organic to grow your community. So that covers Facebook ads, Instagram ads. We've got Facebook organic in our traffic training, but I want to give you the tools and to help you grow even faster on what I believe is probably one of the best channels for growing your community right now. And that's YouTube. If you look at all the school winners, they typically will have a large YouTube following. So I want to give you 2 bonuses that are going to help you to grow your YouTube following. So we've got organic traffic, YouTube traffic with Kai Nimzer. Kai has generated over 1 billion views and has won multiple YouTube play buttons. So he knows how to grow successful YouTube channels. And in this workshop, he shows you how to fill your community with engaged members and qualified buyers by posting simple YouTube videos without spending all of your time creating content or having to hire editors or designers or writers. And so he covers that. That covers the YouTube organic. And then we have YouTube ads with Alaric Heck. So if you don't know who Alaric is, he's literally the GOAT of YouTube ads. He's been running YouTube ads longer than anybody that I know personally. And he's generated over $300 million in collective revenue for his clients. And in this workshop, he gives you his AI Alpha YouTube ad strategy that he's using to get those results for his clients. So if you join Community Builders Elite within the 14-day window or before Monday, then you'll get this special bonus. I'm not done. I'm keeping going. So I honestly believe one of the most valuable skills that you can develop right now as a coach or a course creator is the ability to build your own AI tools. I show you my AI tools all the time. And these AI tools should align with your product roadmap, which we teach in the program, to help them to your clients execute the steps in your process faster and easier. And so every time I create one of these tools, I use this AI prompt designer that I've built that I'm going to give you for free as a bonus when you join before Monday. So this is going to be a tool This is the tool that I use to build AI tools. So with these AI tools, you have to build system prompts. This AI tool, you just tell it what you want to build and it will create the system prompt for you. And these things are fire. I mean, you've seen some of the tools that we've showed you over the past few weeks, or over if you've been following me for a while. So this tool will help you to build your own AI tools for your program, which I think is a very, very valuable skill at this point in time in our history. Okay. All right. Last one. This next bonus is fire. So remember, I told you how important lead magnets are. It's the key to growing your community. That is how I grow my communities. I use lead magnets. Just beat that into your head. Okay. So what if I gave you access to my library of secret GPTs that only my premium clients have access to? So one of the GPTs in this library will actually help you to scale your lead magnet creation and promotion. So not only does it help you to come up with ideas for your lead magnets and plan them out, it will create them for you. It will create the content and ads that you need to promote those lead magnets to help you to grow your community faster. So it's going to give you everything you need to grow your community with those lead magnets. Also, I talked about one of the conversion events that you learn in the program is a workshop. So I've also created a custom GPT in this secret library of GPTs that will help you to plan out your workshop, help you to create the presentation for the workshop, and then help you to create all the emails, the social media posts, the ad copy, and the creative to promote the workshop, which is also another way to grow your community. So as a bonus, you're going to get both of these GPTs, and nobody ever gets all this stuff unless you're like a annual member or one of our high ticket members. So this is a very, very limited time offer. Either you've got 14 days when you join the free community to get this, or if you've been in the community for a while, we'll give you till Monday. I just wanted to share this with you because we just added it to our community. So if you want this offer, you can go to bit.ly.14/elite, or you can just go to our elite community and join before Monday or before 14 days in the free community to get these bonuses. If you join after, it's still an awesome offer, but you just don't get the bonuses anymore. So I will stop at that. I didn't want to go too hard on this pitch, but it's a great offer. And if you're serious about this and you've been wanting to join Community Builders Elite, here's a no-brainer offer for you to do that. Okay. So anything to add, Jeff?
I mean, unbelievable. Like, yeah, this was a total surprise. We did not plan this. This was crazy. I'm just going to say to everybody, like, if you're not already involved in Elite, we understand sometimes, there's a lot of people out there that do a lot, teach a lot, but I will say there is not a better value for $99 a month. I mean, if you really go apples to apples on what you get in this community compared to all the other opportunities out there, there's just nothing even close. So I would highly recommend, take advantage of this. He's literally giving you all the secret sauce. So it'd be like walking into Coca-Cola and then giving you the recipe, going into Kentucky Fried Chicken and then giving you the exact herbs and measurement. Like, you're literally giving them all the stuff that we don't even give away. So guys, this is crazy. So yeah, it's $99 a month, and it is worth again, this would be sold, this is worth tens of thousands of dollars, guys. I mean, I don't even know how to even put a value on this. It's crazy.
I mean, High Level itself is $99. Then you put all the training, you get the AI tools. I've sold that separately for $65 that people are currently paying for. Our snapshot I sell for $1,000. I mean, it's just, and then all these bonuses, it's just sick. So,
well, not to mention every week we go live on 2 calls, one for tech, which, I mean, where can you go get all the tech help for $99 for a month? You get to come live and we help you right on the spot with your tech. Really, so you help them. I don't help too much. Then encourage everybody. But and then we do a laser call, which is a strategy call, which again is getting people unstuck at all times. So you're always making progress. You're always getting things done. So yeah, this is it's crazy. So yeah, you guys join now. It looks like you have till Monday for these extra bonuses. This is the first time I think we've ever even considered giving this stuff away.
Yeah, I haven't.
I don't think we've ever had an offer that had all that ever. Even in our premium stuff, like we never. Yeah.
So
okay.
if you want to join, no more. I'm not pitching.
No more.
I'm done. So, but anyway, thanks for joining us. Hopefully this was helpful to get you so that you can understand what you need to put in your free community, and hopefully, take some of the pressure off of building these big ass long courses that nobody's going to watch anyway. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See you guys.